Randall Hughes with God Glorified, and we're reading today for June the 24th from the Reese Chronological Bible. And we are about the year of 901 BC, during the reign of Asa in Judah. And this is where we read in 1 Kings chapter 16 at verse 8. And it reads, "In the 26th year of Asa, king of Judah, began Elah, the son of Baasha, to reign over Israel in Tirzah 2 years. Now the rest of the acts of Elah and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And his servant Zimri, captain of half his chariots, conspired against him, as he was in Tirzah, drinking himself drunk in the house of Arza, steward of his house in Tirzah. And then as Zimri went in and smote him and killed him in the 27th year of Asa, king of Judah, and reigned in his stead. And it came to pass, when he began to reign, as soon as he sat on his throne, that he slew all the house of Baasha. He left him not one that pisseth against a wall, neither of his kinfolks, nor of his friends. Thus did Zimri destroy all the house of Baasha, according to the word of Yahweh, which he spake against Baasha by Jehu the prophet. For all the sins of Baasha and the sins of Elah his son, by which they sinned, and by which they made Israel to sin, in provoking Yahweh God of Israel to anger with their vanities. Now the rest of the acts of Zimri, and his treason that he wrought, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? In the 27th year of Asa, king of Judah, did Zimri reign 7 days in Tirzah, and the people were encamped against Gibbethon, which belongeth to the Philistines. And the people heard that were encamped heard say, Zimri hath conspired, and hath also slain the king. Wherefore also Israel made Omri, the captain of the host, king over Israel that day in the camp. And Omri went up from Gibbethon, and all Israel with him, and they besieged Tirzah. And it came to pass, when Zimri saw that the city was taken, that he went into the palace of the king's house, and burnt the king's house over him with fire, and died. For his sins which he sinned, in doing evil in the sight of Yahweh, in walking in the ways of Jeroboam, and in his sins which he did, to make Israel to sin. Then were the people of Israel divided into 2 parts. Half of the people followed Tibni, the son of Ginath, to make him king, and half followed Omri. But the people that followed Omri prevailed against the people that followed Tibni, the son of Gidnath. So Tibni died, and Omri reigned. In the 31st year of Asa, king of Judah, began Omri to reign. 6 years reigned he in Tirzah. And he bought the hill Samaria of Shimmer for 2 talents of silver, and built on the hill, and called the name of the city which he built after the name of Shimmer, owner of the hill, Samaria. But Omri wrought evil in the eyes of Yahweh, and did worse than all that were before him. For he walked in all the ways of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, and in his sin wherewith he made Israel to sin, to provoke Yahweh God of Israel to anger with their vanities." And so we're now reached the year of about 891 BC. Now the rest of the acts of Omri which he did, and his might that he showed, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? So Omri slept with his fathers, and was buried in Samaria, and Ahab his son reigned in his stead. And in the 38th year of Asa, king of Judah, began Ahab the son of Omri to reign over Israel. And Ahab the son of Omri reigned over Israel in Samaria 22 years. And Ahab the son of Omri did evil in the sight of Yahweh above all that were before him. And it came to pass, as if it had been a light thing for him to walk in the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, that he took to wife Jezebel, the daughter of Ethbaal, king of the Zidonians, and went and served Baal, and worshipped him. And he reared up an altar for Baal in the house of Baal, which he had built in Samaria. And Ahab made a grove, and Ahab did more to provoke the Yahweh God of Israel to anger than all the kings of Israel that were before him. And now back in 1 Kings 15, verse 23. And the rest of the acts of Asa, and all his might, and all that he did in the cities which he built, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? Nevertheless, in the time of his old age, he was diseased in his feet. Now, 2 Chronicles 16, verses 11 and 12. And behold, the acts of Asa, first and last, lo, they are written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel. And Asa, in the 39th year of his reign, was diseased in his feet, until his disease was exceeding great. Yet in his disease he sought not Yahweh, but to the physicians. And now, 1 Kings 15, 24. And it reads, And Asa slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, his father, and Jehoshaphat, his son, reigned in his stead. 2 Chronicles 16, verses 13 and 14. And Asa slept with his fathers, and died in the 41st year of his reign. And they buried him in his own sepulchre, which he had made for himself in the city of David, and laid him in the bed which was filled with the sweet odors and divers kinds of spices prepared by the apothecary's art. And they made a very great burning for him. 1 Kings 21, verses 25 and 26. But there was none like unto Ahab, which did sell himself to work wickedness in the sight of Yahweh, whom Jezebel his wife stirred up. And he did very abominably in following idols, according to all as did the Amorites, whom Yahweh cast out before the children of Israel. In his day, 1 Kings 16, 34, during the days of Ahab, sometime around the year approaching 886 BC. That's when Jehoshaphat began to reign. And in his day of Ahab did Hiel the Bethelite build Jericho. He laid the foundation thereof in Abiram his firstborn, and set up the gates therefore in his youngest son Segub, according to the word of Yahweh which he spake by Joshua the son of Nun. 1 Kings 18 and 4. For it was so, when Jezebel cut off the prophets of Yahweh, that Obadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in a cave, and fed them with bread and water. Now 2 Chronicles chapter 20, beginning at verses 31 to 33. And Jehoshaphat reigned over Judah. He was 35 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 25 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Azubah, the daughter of Shilhi. And he walked in the way of Asa his father, and departed not from it, doing that which was right in the sight of Yahweh. Howbeit the high places were not taken away, for as yet the people had not prepared their hearts unto the God of their fathers. 1 Kings 22, verses 41 to 46. And Jehoshaphat the son of Asa began to reign over Judah in the 4th year of Ahab, king of Israel. Jehoshaphat was 35 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 25 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Azubah, the daughter of Shilhi. And he walked in all the ways of Asa his father. He turned not aside from it, doing that which was right in the eyes of Yahweh. Nevertheless, the high places were not taken away, for the people offered and burned incense yet in the high places. And the remnant of the Sodomites which remained in the day of his father Asa, he took out of the land. 2 Chronicles 17. Let's do 1 Kings 17 and 1. And Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, As Yahweh God of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. And the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, Get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according to the word of Yahweh. For he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan, and the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. And it came to pass, After a while, the brook dried up because there had been no rain in the land. And we're going to go back now to 2 Chronicles 17. And Jehoshaphat, his son, reigned in his stead, son of Asa. And this is about 884. And he strengthened himself against Israel. And he placed forces in all the fenced cities of Judah, and set garrisons in the land of Judah and in the cities of Ephraim, which Asa his father had taken. And Yahweh was with Jehoshaphat, because he walked in the first ways of his father David, and sought not unto Balaam, but sought to Yahweh God of his fathers, and walked in his commandments, and not after the doings of Israel. Therefore Yahweh established the kingdom in his hand, and all Judah brought to Jehoshaphat presents, and he had riches and honor in abundance. And his heart was lifted up in the ways of Yahweh. Moreover, he took away the high places and groves out of Judah. Also in the 3rd year of his reign, he sent his princes even to Benhail, and to Obadiah, and to Zechariah, and to Nethaneel, and to Micaiah, to teach in the cities of Judah. And with them he sent Levites, even Shemaiah, and Nethaniah, and Zebediah, and Asahel, and Shemramoth, and Jehonathan, and Adonijah, and Tobijah, and Tobadonijah, Levites, and with them Elishama and Jehoram priest. And they taught in Judah, and had the book of the law of Yahweh with them, and went about through all the cities of Judah, and taught the people. And the fear of Yahweh fell upon the kingdom of the lands that were round about Judah, so that they made no war against Jehoshaphat. And some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat presents and tribute, silver, and the Arabians brought him flocks, 7,700 rams, and 7,700 he-goats. And Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly, and he built in Judah castles and cities of store, and he had much business in the cities of Judah. And the men of war, mighty men of valor, were in Jerusalem. And these are the numbers of them according to the house of their fathers. Of Judah, the captain of the thousands, Adnah, the chief, and with him mighty men of valor, 300,000. And next to him was Jehohanan, the captain, with 280,000. And next him was Amasahiah, the son of Zitri, who willingly offered himself unto Yahweh. And with him 200,000 mighty men of valor. And of Benjamin, Eliada, a mighty man of valor, and with him armed men with bow and shield, 200,000. And next him was Jehozabad, and with him 180,000, ready prepared for war. These waited on the king, beside those whom the king put in the fenced cities throughout all Judah. 2 Chronicles chapter 18, verse 1. Now Jehoshaphat had riches and honor in abundance, and joined affinity with Ahab. Meanwhile, back to 1 Kings chapter 17. And the word of Yahweh came unto him, this is Elisha, by the brook, saying, Arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman to feed thee, to sustain thee there, to sustain thee. So he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, a widow woman was there, gathering of sticks. And he called to her and said, Fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel, that I may drink. And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, Bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. And as she said, As Yahweh thy God liveth, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it, for me and my son, that we may eat it and die. And Elisha said unto her, Fear not, go and do as thou hast said, but make me therefore a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and after make for thee and my son. For thus saith Yahweh God of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that Yahweh sendeth rain upon the earth. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and she and her house did eat many days. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of Yahweh which he spake by Elijah. And it came to pass after these things that the son, and we're going to end there. So we read through 16. God bless you. This concludes our reading for the 24th of June.